Hey, what's up? My name is Cade and today I am back with another Packer review. The energy might seem a little off in this video because I'm not feeling too hot today. I still look, hot, right? But I just am not feeling too hot, so. Putting that aside, let's talk about the Fusion Mini by Axolom. I also want to give a quick thank you so much to Axolom for sending me this packer so I could give you an honest review. If you decide that this is a packer that you'd want for yourself, I will link this in the description below, and if you use my link, it helps support me and the channel. As always, reviews like this are for educational purposes only, and packers do help relieve dysphoria for people of all ages, and especially with a packer like this where it's designed like it's miniature, so for people with smaller body frames, this is just for educational purposes. This packer is very realistic, so keep that in mind. I'll show that in a moment, so get ready. 1, 2, 3. Here is the packer. It's the Compact Fusion Uncut Mini. Ooh. It can easily just rest in the palm of my hand. I've reviewed the 2 other versions of the Fusion from Axolom in the past. The one that is quite a bit heavier than this and it has the 2 indentations, so it's supposed to fit closer to your body shape. And then the other one that has a hole inserted into it. I will link both of those reviews below as well. This is very similar to the first version of the Fusion, but there are still quite a few differences. First off, as I previously mentioned, this has a slight indentation to it, but it doesn't have like the 2 like almost moon like shapes in it. Another difference between this and the original is it is quite a lot lighter comparing the 2. And after squishing both of them in my hand, I feel like this is more of a soft to medium texture, and then the original is more of like a medium texture to it. I've worn this quite a lot, and even though I've worn it quite a lot, I haven't noticed any type of tearing in the packer, which is good because I've noticed that sometimes with softer packers, they do tend to tear a little bit easier. Now that I've talked about some of the main differences between the original and this packer, the mini, I just want to show you this packer a little bit more up close. As you can see, this packer is uncut. It has that slight skin flap there. Gotta love the foreskin, right? With this packer, as you can see, it all is just one singular color. And speaking of color, this is the C2. And there are currently 7 different color options available on the Axolom website. I really do like the way that Axolom makes their balls look, the nice ridges. It's also kind of silky smooth, which I prefer. It's also super easy to clean as well. Something that I personally noticed with all of my packers, especially that it is coming closer to summertime and it's getting hot out, sometimes the packers can get a tiny bit uncomfortable to pack with because, as I'm sure if you've seen almost any of my other videos, I talk about that I'm a sweaty guy. And so having like sweat happening and then me rubbing up against the packer all day, it does make it pretty uncomfortable. Unless, of course, I have some type of like underwear barrier between the packer and myself. So I really enjoy utilizing packing pouches, especially during summertime for almost any of my packers in general, but at least for this one specifically, I do like using packing pouches. So let me show you that now. So I'll first show you what it looks like to actually pack with the packing pouch and my favorite brand of underwear. I'll show you that now. I've also done a review on this packing pouch and I'll link that as well below, but let me just slip this in. Okay, there we go. Let me just adjust this a little bit so it doesn't look ridiculous. I feel like, especially with these underwear and how they're Breifs, it kind of highlights the bulge a little bit more than some other underwear. But here we go. This is a smaller packer compared to many of the other ones that I've seen. It's still kind of out there, right? I've said this for many videos, but I think it might work good for someone with a smaller frame. Even as much as I want to continue to grow my frame and get thicker, I I still am only like 5'5". So now that you've seen it more what it looks like with the underwear, I'll show you what it looks like to pack like underneath some joggers. Yeah, here we go. I think the bulge that this gives looks really good and not too out there at all. Especially if I'm going to the gym, it's still soft enough to where if I'm squatting down and doing things like that, it doesn't show off the bulge more than I want it to. The shaft is basically the same size as the original, but because of the weight of the packer and how the balls are shaped and how there's not those indentations, it does make it a lot lighter and still a little bit less of a bulge. As I try and say in all my reviews, everybody's different and what their preferences are, whether they want like uncut or they want a more pronounced bulge or they want an STP. That's totally fine. If there is another packer that you maybe are thinking you want more in mind and this is maybe not the one that would float your boat, I have reviewed a big handful of packers so far, and so if you want to see all my other reviews, you can check out a playlist right here, to see all the different reviews of those packers and STPs. And if you liked today's video, make sure to give this video a big ol' thumbs up, and if you have any questions about this packer, please leave it in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, have a good one, peace.